Yo, 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 yo. It's your boy, MF Crypto here, aka Quant, aka the Wife Changer, aka Secretariat. Once again. And as always, I'm on a mission to help you build generational wealth. Welcome back to the channel, my fellow subscribers. And for those of you who may be tuning in for the very first time, welcome in as well. Do yourselves a major favor if you haven't done so already. Hit that subscribe button and click on the bell for notifications because I provide the single greatest quant network updates on all of YouTube. I promote winning crypto projects and networks on this channel. Nothing less shall suffice. You have stumbled upon the holy grail of crypto, YouTube, home of the wife-changing digital assets. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm out to change some wives here. So without any further ado, let's get right into today's explosive video. ISO20022 protocol now live. What it means for Quant Network and the complete overhaul of the financial system moving forward. Taking a look at Quant's price action, we are currently trading at 129.37, down 2.5% on the daily. This is meaningless at this moment in time, ladies and gentlemen, as I have been forewarning you for many, many months now. Nearly since the inception of this very YouTube channel, that the markets were headed for an absolute drastic dump. Banks are failing across the board. We saw SVB, or Silicon Valley Bank, fail. We are seeing many, over 185 banks potentially in danger of going under without massive bailouts from the United States government. This is a huge problem for the financial system, and it coincides eerily. The timing is striking that the mainnet for ISO20022 protocol is live on March 20th, just as of yesterday, as we are seeing the global economy deteriorate to levels we have not seen since 2008, or arguably the Great Depression. This is going to be so devastating on everyday Americans and people around the globe. You need to be plugged into what's going on. The markets will dump to levels not seen in many, many years, and you need to be prepared. So I'm preparing you with the projects that are going to be ushered in as a result of this crisis. Quant Network being at the forefront, ladies and gentlemen. Let's slide right over to the big news. Ready for ISO 20022? This was posted back on March 10th, about 10 days ago. ISO 20022 is now imminent with a go live in just 10 days. Are you ready for the essential transformational change? After the delayed November 2022 launch date for ISO, the new date of this new standard in financial messages is looming. March 20th, 2023 is the new go-live date for ISO 20022. There has been much noise in the banking sector about ISO. However, the question remains, is the industry ready for this redefinition of messaging in the payments ecosystem? An investigation paper from Sealant has found that 63% of large banks believe they will be prepared by November 2025. However, 25% say they will need help to meet the deadline or rely on available stopgap measures. Even more worrying, only 3% of corporates expect banks to be 100% ready. There is going to be such a huge advantage to these banks and players in the financial sector that are on board with the ISO standards and are ready to make that shift before the herd moves. For this ISO standard protocol to come into effect, they need to crash the current financial system. This needs to be the solution that they move and implement as a result of a massive crisis which we are starting to see unfold before our very eyes. Ladies and gentlemen, MF Crypto, he shepherds the flock. Big Papa's here for you. Don't ever get that twisted. Now, what you need to understand is what ISO is going to be doing. This ISO messaging system is going to allow for real-time on-demand payments, on-demand liquidity, or ODL. And let's slide over to the exact projects once again. I love to bring this graphic to your attention because these are the 7 ISO20022 compliant cryptos that you need to be aware of and you need to be keeping an eye on. As always, number 1 is Quant. QNT, Quant Network, the network of networks, ladies and gentlemen. There is no higher power than the QNT. It is the number 1 crypto project, and it's not even remotely close. Ripple XRP for that on-demand liquidity I just mentioned. This is going to be a massive project. It is the standard for on-demand liquidity and real-time payments, remittances payments, cross-border transactionality, seconds for payments to be sent and received by the other party. Ladies and gentlemen, you need to be very, very aware of Ripple XRP. I know it gets a bad rap, and people are tired of waiting for its price action to go up, but you need to be patient in this space. And these are the assets right here. All of these assets are ones that I highly recommend you DCA into, dollar cost average into. This is never financial advice, but it is what I personally do over time to mitigate risk in the long run. Is I DCA into every single one of these assets, and they are a big part of my portfolio. Now, as you all know, Quant makes up a massive percentage of my portfolio because it is the standard. It is the network of networks. It is number 1. When this new financial system is fully entrenched and brought to the forefront for the public, everything will operate off of Quant Network. This is why my entire channel is based around it. But please do yourselves a favor and research all of these projects and how they are connected. These are all the ISO compliant protocols and networks and crypto projects that you need to be aware of moving forward. Now let's slide over to the Quant Network's latest press release from Big Daddy Andrew Carrier himself. How many times, guys, have I mentioned on this channel the tokenization of all things, all assets? Quant Network has just released this article, The Next Generation's Family Silver, tokenizing non-bankable assets. This is huge. Look at the date it was earmarked for. March 20th, 2023 was the date of publication. That coincides perfectly with the ISO update. ISO mainnet live 20022. Technology now enables non-bankable assets to be tokenized and included as part of people's professionally managed portfolios. Those wealth management firms that are quick to adapt will have a significant competitive advantage. Andrew Carrier is one of the most brilliant people in the world of finance, and he is on the executive team. He is the chief marketing officer at Quant Network. You can see it right here. This guy and Gilbert Verdian and the rest of his team of advisors are so far ahead of the game as far as the crypto space merging with traditional finance, TradFi, and DeFi. They are so far ahead of the game. It is comical. This is the project you need to have all eyes on at all times. When we think of high net worth families and their assets from a professional wealth management perspective, we often think of cash, stocks, and other easily quantifiable investments. However, a significant portion of ultra high net worth wealth is tied up in assets that are harder to manage and quantify. Things like real estate, vintage cars, art, wine, jewelry, and other passion interests. Accenture estimates that nearly half of the world's ultra-high net worth wealth is held in these non-bankable assets, equating to around $30 trillion globally. Ladies and gentlemen, look at what the Quant Network team is targeting. They are targeting high net worth individuals and working hand in hand with them because they are going to be at the forefront of the new financial infrastructure of the globe. This is the writing on the wall right here. The proof is in the pudding. What they are creating is the system, not only for the high ultra net worth individuals, which we want to be targeting, and we want to be backing those individuals because they are going to win time and time again. They always do throughout the history of this planet. Those at the top dictate the pace of what is going to happen and the changes that are coming down the pipeline. But what you need to understand is not only are they creating the private networks and back channels for them, they are overseeing the network. They are the network of networks for the financial system of the globe for every single individual. And they will be bringing in third world countries and people that were previously unbanked, and they will be bankable via Quant Network's overledger system and protocols, and working hand in hand with Fortune 500 companies and big conglomerate banks. And we are going to see very shortly more and more regional and local and state banks go under, and the big fat cat monopoly banks are going to consume them and gulp up these lower level banks and regional local banks, and they will consolidate their power in the financial space. You need to understand how things are going, and it is looking very drastic for the little guy. So Quant Network is leading this push into central bank digital currencies, and they are at the forefront, the precipice of a brand new financial sector, guys. You need to understand how massive Quant Network is for the future and the evolution of finance. As the world of finance continues to evolve and technology advances, the question arises, can these non-bankable assets be tokenized and included as part of people's professionally managed portfolios? Tokenization refers to the process of creating a digital representation of an asset, which can then be traded or managed on a blockchain network. The potential benefits of such a system are numerous and include increased liquidity. Tokenization allows for fractional ownership of an asset, which means investors can purchase a portion of an asset rather than buying it outright. This can increase the value of the asset, making it easier to buy and sell. Lower transaction costs. Tokenization reduces the need for specialist brokers and middlemen, which can lower transaction costs for buyers and sellers. Increased transparency. Blockchain technology provides an immutable record of ownership and transactions, which can increase transparency and reduce the potential for fraud or disputes. Digital certificates of provenance can be issued for non-bankable assets. Access to a broader pool of investors. Tokenization can enable smaller investors access to assets that were previously out of reach due to high minimum investment amounts. This could also make it easier for wealth managers to diversify clients' portfolios. And fractional ownership. Tokenizing an asset can provide a flexible investment opportunity, allowing partial ownership of high-value assets even within families. Ladies and gentlemen, Quant Network is so far out ahead of the rest of the game. It absolutely blows the mind. I know I said it earlier in this video, but this project and this team of executives is 100% the future. They are guiding Quant Network to levels never before seen in the crypto space. No other team or project has anywhere near this kind of influence in the financial space, bar maybe XLM Stellar Network and Ripple XRP. Those are the only three that I believe have the kind of influence and incredible teams behind them making waves in the financial space and sector that we need to bring crypto to the next level that we know it will in time. But we need to be backing projects like Quant Network and understanding how they are shaping and molding the future of finance with their advancements, incredible advancements in technology in the overledger system, and how it will sit atop all of these existing blockchains and allow them to speak to each other and to communicate with each other in the same language so that transactions can be seamless and processed effectively, more effectively than ever before, and absolutely transform payment processing, on-demand liquidity, and real-time payments. This is the network of networks. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. This has been another feature presentation by MF Crypto, aka Quantstradamus, aka The Wife Changer, aka Secretariat, the #1 source for all your crypto needs. I'll see you next episode. Cheers.
If the lion is the king of the jungle, how can he be the king of the jungle? If he's not the biggest, the elephant is probably one of the biggest. He can't be the fastest because that's a cheetah. He can't be the smartest. So he's not the biggest, the fastest, or the smartest. So how does a lion become the king of the jungle? His mentality. That's the only difference of a lion and an elephant. When a lion walks up and sees an elephant, he thinks lunch. An elephant thinks run. And it's all mentality. Because when a male lion walks up, he may be outnumbered by a pack of hyenas, but I'm king of my jungle because of my mentality.
What happens when you're a gazelle and you're not being pushed, you're not being prodded, you're not given a reward, nobody's encouraging you? What happens when you're a gazelle and the lion's not chasing you anymore? You stop running. But what happens when you're a lion? When you're a lion, it does not make a difference. You realize that if your family is going to eat, that if that pack of lions is to survive, then you gotta go hunt. A part of being a beast just ain't eating a gazelle. A part of being a beast is the hunts. It's the hunt that they're excited about. They like to see the gazelles run. Then boom, they take off. Because real lions like to hunt. They love the process just as much as they love the prize. And some of y'all just want to score. You don't like the process. You're not in love with the process.
A true hunter's goal is not the prize. A true hunter's goal is to hunt. That's what they live for. They live to hunt. They don't just live to catch it. It's the whole process. When you are a true hunter, you don't go by time, you go by the gazelle. When you are a true hunter, you hunt until you get a gazelle, and you don't stop until you get one. And then you get another, and then you get another, and you get another.
If you're gonna do what you say you're gonna do, be what you say you're gonna be, you're gonna have to lion me out. You a gazelle, you're gonna come up short. You a gazelle, you're gonna have an average experience. You a student, I need you in lion mode. You an entrepreneur, I need you in lion mode. You trying to lose weight, lion mode. You can't do nothing significant in gazelle mode, nothing. Nothing impressive happens in gazelle mode. Nothing happens in run mode, give up mode, quit mode, scared mode, fearful mode, nothing happens. Everything happens in lion mode like I'm coming to get you.